What's going on, guys? Zuco back with another Dragonflight video. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing really well. Oh, my sign's tipped over. I hope you're doing really well. I'm so excited about Dragonflight. We're going to talk today about exploration in Dragonflight, and I'm going to talk about the reputations that you can gain while you're here and how cool it kind of is for some of the perks. But first of all, we got to start with one of these. I don't know this course. I haven't done it yet. So we're just going to wing it, all right? We got to wing all these courses. Go, 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 go. Okay, let's go. I'm getting better at these. Oh, that was a bad turn. Oh, that was a bad turn. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm using all my boosts, which is really bad. Means I'm... Oh, my God. I barely got that one. I think I'm, like, boosting at the wrong time, potentially. But that's okay. Okay, we got a boost back. I don't know when to use it here. We're going. Boost right there. That seems like the appropriate time. Gotta hit these wind tunnels. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Oh, no! No. Oh, we're still going. We're still going. Don't worry about it. Oh, my God. No, no, no. We messed up the timer so hard. We got bronze. Yeah, we actually might have had gold there. Legit. That's really funny. All right, we messed it up. It's like I'm just learning, all right? Here's something I want to talk about with Dragonflight. I want to talk about how cool it is that we get to explore a place once again. And I know that sounds really ridiculous, because of course we get to explore in every expansion. We get to like find these new lands. But the reality is, guys, that in Shadowlands we didn't get to do that. Okay, we were stuck with a map that looked like this. It looked exactly like this. And if you wanted to go from Maldraxxus to Bastion, you had to go through Oribos, and you had to take a flight master person to do that. And that was so awful. For the last 2 years, we've been doing that, where we have to go from here to here, and you always have to go through Oribos because that's just the way that they set it up. And I think, like, one of the absolute biggest features of Dragonflight is that you can do this. You can just walk from the Waking Shores into the Inaran Plains, and you just get to do this. You get to go from this red, rocky kind of landscape into this lush, green, outdoor, open, like wonderland. And there's no load screen. There's no NPC I have to talk to. There's nothing like that. The ability to just cross from one continent to another, it sounds ridiculous. It really does. But we've had 2 expansions in a row where we've been limited in that way. So in BFA, if you were on Kultiris and you wanted to go over to Zandalar, you had to take like a portal, or there was an NPC you had to talk to, and a boat. You had to boat over there, right? In Shadowlands, it's been even worse. Instead of having 3 continents, you're on 1, 2, 3. You have to go through, like I just said a minute ago. Now, in Dragonflight, which is going to be up here, by the way, you have these big open zones, and you can just go from one zone to the next zone to the next zone seamlessly, and it really brings back that feeling of exploration. It feels like you can just jump on your dragon and you can just go. I'm just going to go over here. See you later. I have to do a quest, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go fly over here, and I'm going to check out all this stuff going on over here. Let's land right here. I'm just going to, like, go for a big dive down here. I'm not going to do it because I want to show you a quest, but that's what you can do. And you're further incentivized to do it because there are Dragon Isles upgrades that are all over the place. There's probably some here. I don't even know where they are, by the way. But there's, like, the dragon riding upgrades that are here that buff your talent tree. So you get a couple of talent points here, right? And you can put them into this tree. You do have to complete a couple of quests right off the bat, but that's fine. Then you get to move down and start buffing up your tree. The way to get these talent points is to just explore. You are encouraged to just go and explore. Jump on your dragon and fly around and see what happens. That's what you're encouraged to do, because that's how you... They've just spread the symbols out across this entire continent and all the ones down here as well. On top of that, there's the races that I just did, which are really fun. You just fly around, guys, and you can, like, find these races. And they're not obviously on the minimap. They're not obvious right now. You have to actually get close to an area and then it will light up on your mini-map. And I actually really, really hope that somebody doesn't, like, come up with a stupid weak aura or map thing that just reveals where all these things are. And I know somebody will, but it is such a good feeling to jump into the game and to just explore. And we haven't had that in like 3 or 4 years, honestly. Not to this degree. You can do races. You can find your dragon talent points that you want to get. And then you can just find side quests and any kind of exploration that you want to go do, you can go do. And I just love that. One thing I want to say as well about going into the Inaran Plains, just my first, like, the very first quest that you jump into when you're in here is this quest here, and I want to show you. It's really, really cool, and I think it fits thematically so well what's happening in the Inaran Plains. I'm going to talk about it just for a second. So you have to bring this vibrant life bloom to the centaurs as like a peace offering, because this person doesn't know you. You're not part of their clan. You're not part of their tribe. And then she says, you serve as an envoy of the dragons. Times are changing. So she's a little reticent that you're here. And the very first quest she gives you is to go and slay this huge proto-drake. And you're like, okay, fair enough. Well, it ended up just dying there, so we're going to have to wait for a second here. But you walk over here, and you're like, she goes and she watches you up from her little perch up here, which is fine. So she goes over here. And your first quest is like, okay, I have to go slay an elite blazing proto-drake. A gift from the dragons may impress some centaur, but Clan Shakir must see how well you hunt. And this is the introduction into hunting for this entire zone, which is what it's all about, is joining in the big hunt, the great hunt with all these people. And it's really, really cool. But killing an elite is like, it's hard. Like, you can't, it's not a rare. It's a yellow elite, and it's going to kick your butt. You got to be really careful. So one thing that I didn't realize when I first started this quest was that when this guy spawns and we can attack him, the rest of the centaurs are actually going to join in with you. And it's going to become like a big group hunt where you're all together and you're all hunting as a pack. And like, that is really, really cool, because taking this on by yourself is going to be a challenge. But you see they all walk in and they're like, for the Shakar, they're coming in with you, and they're going to help you out, and they do a substantial amount of damage to this thing. And you wouldn't be able to kill this maybe on your own. I'm in prot spec, so like I would be able to do it on my prot warrior, but if you were just a DPS character, you might genuinely have a struggle trying to kill this thing, and you don't anymore because you're a part of the hunt now. You're a part of this group who's hunting this beast. And it's a stark contrast from the kind of exploration that happens in the very first the Waking Shores, the first zone you walk into, which is the Waking Shores. In the Waking Shores, it's all about exploration. You get to discover dragon riding. You get to discover everything that's going on in this island, and you get to start exploring. And it's just, you're on your own. You're all on your own, and you're exploring this new world. And it's really cool that the very first quest that you walk into for the Inaran Plains has everything to do with group content, that you're not on your own anymore. You're still, if you want to be, you can jump around on your dragon and you can fly around and do all kinds of quests in here, and you will. But there's this idea of like grouping up with a team and getting on the great hunt. And it's such a stark like difference in this zone compared to the exploration of the first zone, that you're just discovering everything for the first time. It's all very exciting, and you're kind of on your own jumping around. People are sending you out on missions. And in this one, it's like, the very first quest is this great hunt that you have to do, and the team is with you. They're going to be there to help you. And it gives you this sense of sort of like a brotherhood or like a family when you're walking into this zone, and I love that difference. And I think that Blizzard has done an incredible job just writing the different stories that I've been able to play so far in this expansion. And like, I don't know if I'm just biased because it's all brand new, but these stories feel like very clear and awesome and fun to play versus some of the stories of Shadowlands. And I wonder if it has to do with the fact that Shadowlands was so separated, that when I'm in Maldraxxus, I'm just doing Maldraxxus stuff. There was like maybe one quest line where I was, when you went from Maldraxxus to Bastion, but again, it felt so disconnected because you have to friggin' fly all the way over there. But these zones felt very like disconnected from one another, and it wasn't until patch 9.1 or whatever where we started going into the mod together and we started doing assaults together that it kind of felt like we were all coming together. But all these people like hated each other, and it was awful. And it's like, now in this zone, I'm bringing a peace offering from the Waking Shores down into the Inaran Plains, and we're starting off on the Great Hunt together, and I can just fly from one zone to the other. It's perfectly connected, and again, there's no load screens, there's no NPC you have to talk to. It's just feels like a more vibrant, open world. It feels like I'm jumping into a real, living world that I can explore at my leisure. I can just jump around and do whatever I want. I can go do a side quest over here. I can go help with the hunt over here. And it's all really not necessarily mandatory. This is all story stuff right now. Of course, I'm not max level. On max level, you get to do other activities, of course, which is like the elemental storms and world bosses and all that stuff. But just the story writing is really, really good, and I'm loving it so far. And that's going to lead me into the second part of this video, which I'm going to talk about the reputations in Dragonflight. So reputation, obviously, for the last expansions has been pretty cut and dry. You try to get to Exalted, and once you get to Revered, you really unlock like some of the best perks of whatever zone you're in, right? So if I'm in my reputation for Shadowlands, you know, you had cataloged research in Korthia. You had Cosmic Flux in Zereth Mortis. You get all these new, and say for the first ones, you get all these new currencies, right? I will say that Zereth Mortis was actually a very fun zone to jump in and explore. It felt really good. It felt really finished. I felt like I was invested in some of the stories that were going on with the first ones, trying to like retake the Sepulchre area, trying to like figure out what was going on, who was infiltrating their land. There was desert, there was grass. It was really, really good. Again, a lot of Shadowlands was sort of marked by this gray undertone, this grayscale sort of coloring where everything just looks the same. It's all the maw. It's all on fire. Everything kind of sucks. We finally got to Zereth Mortis, and there was like grass again, and we're all sitting down there, you know, kissing the grass because we haven't seen it in a year and a half. And now, you know, we're back to a much more standard, stock standard Blizzard landscape where there's grass and there's mountains and there's water and there's ice, and it's going to be very good, guys. Trust me. The landscapes alone are really amazing. But what does that leave us with reputations? How is reputation being done? Is it just that we get to Exalted again? Well, of course, they're carrying through the renown system into Dragonflight that we got in Shadowlands. And you're going to see from the very beginning, once you start getting these renown levels going up, you'll start to get rewards. And let me actually just shift characters here really quick to my shaman. I have a few more perks, or rewards actually rather, from my shaman because I've been trying to farm it up so I can show you guys some of this stuff, and it honestly just takes a really long time to farm, which is actually good. I'm actually happy about that. But the reputations are not required to get those resources anymore that we were seeing in my currency tab, right? The Cosmic Flux, the catalog research. None of that stuff is required anymore because that was all player power. You know, I needed to get Cosmic Flux in order to make my legendary or upgrade my legendary at that point. You know, I needed to go farm the maw to go get resources to build my very first legendary. You don't need to do that anymore. All the reputation gains that you get are simply to get bonuses that are essentially attributed to that particular reputation. So, for example, I'm level 2 on the Valdrakken Accord, and I'm going to go through some of the really cool bonuses that you can get from these reputations, okay? So right out of the gates, you can see begin to gain renown with them. You get rank 1. Boom, you've done it. Once you get renown 2, you unlock the ability to find Titan relics in Titan, Dragon, and Primalist treasures for reputation. So you can kind of unlock, like, there's treasure boxes that are scattered around that you can go collect. I don't even really know what Titan relics are yet. I think it might be the dragon riding stuff where you can upgrade your talent trees. But I think that's actually something different. So I'm not even sure what that is yet. It's going to be really cool. You can purchase cooking toys and utensils in Valdrakken from Yorgosa. Let's go to rank 5. Purchase gardening tools in Valdrakken from Grimpetch. And I don't know entirely what this is about, but in the Ruby life pools, there's like a bunch of jobs that get assigned to people. There's like gardeners and there's like egg tenders and a bunch of different things. And I wonder if you're going to be able to do a garden maybe similar to that of the Warlords of Draenor garden that we had in our houses that we made in our I forget what they're called now. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be quite that expansive, but we're going to have to wait and see. Let's go to rank 8 really quick. Unlock dragon riding world quests around the Dragon Isles. So again, this will be an actual world quest that you can do to help contribute to like whatever your weekly stuff's going to be. But these are different, I think, from just the from just the races that I can see on my minimap right here. I can see a minimap race right there. These are going to be different. They're actually world quests, which is really, really cool. We'll go to rank 9. Purchase brow, crest, and jaw mount customizations for your Dragon Isles Drake. So the Valdrakken Accord reputation stuff is really about dragon riding, transmog, and customization. That is a massive component to the Valdrakken Accord. So if you really want to do dragon riding stuff, again, this is not player power related, it just has to do with dragon riding for the most part, you can go and get your reputation in Valdrakken Accord. The idea here would be to say, which reputation do I want to align myself with the most? What are they really about? And I'm going to go there and I'm going to do those reputations. And I'm going to get that really maxed out because there's more benefits coming. Let me show you some more of the other ones. Some notable ones here. Rank 11, gain a 25% chance to gather double Dragon Isle supplies from supply-laden humanoids. So that's kind of interesting. If you want to farm, I would assume things like cloth from humanoids. They always carry cloth or like leather type stuff. Maybe that's what they're going to be dropping. Rank 16 is really interesting. Purchase jeweled Titan belts that are item level 385 from Iskaara, the provisioner. So I'm like item level 296, right? So 385 is a pretty massive one. It's gonna, again, gonna take some time for you to get like this going. This isn't meant as like an end game gear progression, but I don't really know what jeweled Titan belts mean. I'd have to look into that a little bit more, and I'm gonna keep discovering this stuff as we go. 17, you can get Draconoid helms from the Armorsmith. There's a whole set of armor you can get from each faction as well, and that's part of this. You get a big supply. You can get pets here now, and then you can get a large supply item. Blacksmithing plans. So purchase plans. Titanium sickle, plans for the needle set, plans for... So again, if you want to do blacksmithing, this might be the place where you want to go. This might be the reputation that you want to invest in because you can look and see all the rewards. This is the beauty about this system as well now, is that you can take a good hard look at what the renown progress is going to give you, and if you want to be a blacksmith, you probably want to go do Valdrakken right off the bat, at least to get these kinds of plans that you're looking for. Purchase Titan weaponry from Valdrakken, from Soratotus. Access to the second chapter of the Valdrakken Accord efforts. So this is what's really cool, is that you need to get pretty far into this like campaign, this reputation campaign, to unlock the different chapters of just the Valdrakken Accord. And I don't know what that means and what that's going to be about, but I think it's really cool that they've kind of put these story arcs later into the reputation grind, so that again, it's not about player power so much. There is some player power stuff here, but really it's about like the story, and it's about maybe some crafting stuff, which could lead to player power. Of course, it's gear, but you really do have to invest your time into getting there. Titan weaponry, mount customizations for your dragons for the bronze skin. Unlock the bronze skin color in your Dragon Isles mount. Again, more dragon stuff. Chance to gather double supplies. Unlock your silver and purple armor for your Dragon Isles drakes. Again, lots of dragon riding stuff. Dragon banners. Shoulders. There you go. This is the final sort of player power notch here. You can purchase Valdrakken helms that are 398 from Iskaara. Now, by the time you get to Renown 29, my guess is you're going to have already been able to, like, get gear. If you're doing other content, you could probably get gear that's appropriate to this item level. So, again, it's not just a straight-up player power thing going on here. Let's look at the Dragonscale Expedition. Again, the primary purpose of the Dragonscale Expedition is to look at all about exploration. So that's kind of what's notable there. So look at number 5 here, dirt mounds. So ability to find and dig through disturbed dirt mounds as long as you possess an expedition shovel, purchasable at the Dragonscale Expedition. Very cool. Blacksmithing plans. There you go. So you can get a tool for blacksmithing. So again, you might want to do that. There is advanced expedition tools. This is really cool. So rank 7 is going to be larger expedition tools, and then also the activity of rock climbing. And I think some people have done some videos on this. They've actually tried it out. It does look really, really cool. I hope that they really double down on this and make this sort of an elaborate system, because it looks like it'd be kind of fun, like a little fun mini game for you to go do. I don't know what the rewards are for that. It's a supply pack thing. I think this was waygates, so this allows you to teleport away in different areas with the waygates. So again, more ability to explore more quickly. It's all about exploration for the Dragonscale expedition. There's a Pokemon picture game, which people have been talking about for a little while now. This is really cool. Unlock access to the cataloging expeditions in various places, and you get a compass. So you can kind of go do the, like, Pokemon picture game, which is really, really neat. I'll get into that in another video once we kind of get there. There's the new quest line for, again, more quest lines just for the Dragonscale expedition people, which is really cool. More waygates. And then finally, at the very end here, you can get a explosive archaeology, which I'm not really sure what that means, but ability to purchase expedition explosives at the Dragonscale base camp and Pathfinder Jet. Then at the final, you get to Dragonfly riding, ability to unlock the ability to find and tame dragonfly mounts, which is really cool. And I think you've seen some people showing those off as well. So again, a very different like look and something you have to look into. I haven't looked at the Maruuk Centaur people yet, so we'll get to them later. But I do have the Tuskarr looked at here, and again, the Tuskarr, from my understanding, is a lot more about cooking and fishing. There's a big emphasis on sort of communal cooking stuff and fishing. There are feasts, community feasts that you can do, partake in them. That's like a world quest that ends up popping up. There's different fishing holes that you can unlock, which is really, really cool. Again, obviously cooking supplies. There's different nets you can get for fishing, which is really good. There's fishing harpoons. It's all about that, basically. There's obviously different pets, but there's ice fishing you can get now instead of just fishing holes, which is really, really cool. Big emphasis on cooking and fishing. And so again, if you're looking to do that kind of profession stuff, maybe you just want to make feasts, maybe you want to make fish for yourself, you can go do that, and it's going to be, this is the place where you're going to want to go. So the Iskaara Tuskarr are primarily found down in the Azure span down here. So you're going to need to get going down there and make sure that you know, get that reputation going. But I really just want to emphasize that these reputations have nothing really to do with player power, in terms of there is some crafting components to it, which is very good, but those, like, the eye levels that you're going to be getting from crafting will probably not be like a massive boost to your player power, where it's like, this is the only way, like, you have to go do it, it's mandatory. No, I don't think that's the case. It's just going to be about doing it, picking whichever place you want to go to, investing your time in there, and you'll be getting rewards at like a reasonable pace. At the end of the day, this is more to just support extra gameplay happening. Like, this is where you're going to spend a good chunk of your time. I think people have been asking, like, without extra systems to go grind, like Azurite armor or whatever, what am I going to be doing with my time? And I think this is exactly where it's going to be. This is the place where it's going to be. You're going to be spending a good chunk of time in these reputation areas, just grinding out world quests for these people and doing reputations. And on top of that, there's other, obviously, world events going on, like the invasions. I'm going to see if there's one up right now. I don't see when that's up. Yeah. Those world quest invasions, once you hit max level, those are going to be good to be grinding some gear as well. But really, guys, this is where a huge chunk of your time is going to be spent, I think, just exploring this entire new continent and really investing in these different reputations, which are going to get you the renown rewards and are going to give you what I think are really exciting rewards and perks that are better than what we've seen in the reputation grinds before. Instead of just like going to a quartermaster and being like, I'm going to get my tabard now, I'm going to get the one piece of gear that you offer. Like, they're literally all the exact same. All the reputation rewards in Shadowlands, for example, they're all the exact same. They just have, like, you get a cloak from this one. You get bracers from this one. This guy might have a couple of crafting recipes, like from tailoring. This guy has a couple crafting recipes from blacksmithing. This one's like a whole frigging, like, perk tree that has an emphasis in one particular area: exploration, dragon riding, cooking, and fishing. The Centaur, I don't even know what they're about. I'm gonna get there soon. They're probably about, I don't even know. Maybe they're like I think they're more about combat benefits, right? So I think that's what I've heard before, is that they're about like the hunt and combat benefits when you're out in the open world. Maybe you just want to go slap open world content, and so you can go to the Maruuk Centaur to get that. So I think that they've done an incredible job at creating these reputations that you can go grind, and the grind will feel more rewarding. It'll feel like the cadence of the rewards, I think, is going to be very good, and the types of rewards are going to be like really interesting. You know, suddenly I can do community feasts. That's not just getting an extra bracer slot or unlocking a purchasable, you know, food item from the vendor. This is now a very different experience when you're leveling up these reputations and getting your renown going. So I can't wait to jump into this more. I'm going to just try to spend more time grinding these reputations for you guys so I can really take a better look at things like rock climbing, things like, you know, the different tools you can unlock for gardening maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's going to be good. I think that's number 8. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this video. I'm very excited about this. I think number 1, just the ability to literally walk up to the next zone, to fly through to the next zone, and to just start questing there without having to go for a load screen, without having to talk to an NPC. I can't tell you how good it feels to do that. And the ability to just jump on my Drake whenever the hell I want to and just fly somewhere. Like, I'm just going to go over here. See you later. Like, that is an amazing feeling, and you're getting it from the very beginning of this expansion. The very beginning. Like, there's some dude here I could kill. He's some quest guy. You're getting this from day 1. You don't have to walk around until they decide to finally unlock leveling. You just get it right out of the gates, and you can go exploring. And that feeling is amazing. It really feels like an MMO again. It feels like I can just jump up and go do some crafting. Oh, look. There's a node down here I want to go farm. Let's go farm that. I'm going to, I'm a blacksmith right now. I have some mining. I'm going to go mine this thing right now. And when I'm done, I'm going to get up and go mine something else. And then while I'm out here, I'm going to go discover... Oh, I just did something really good. Look at that. Look at that. I don't even know what this is, and I just did it. And you can see all the crafting stuff that's here, too. I'm going to do a deeper dive on crafting soon. But do you understand my point there to say that this didn't exist in Shadowlands? And it's something that we now get to do in Dragonflight. And it's going to be a large portion of your experience playing this game. I promise you. You're going to have so much fun just running around and exploring, doing crafting, getting your renown levels up with different factions. And not that you're not going to care about the player power portions of the game, like Mythic Plus and rating. Obviously, you can go do that too. But this stuff is really fun, and it makes me feel like it's an MMO again. Not just like a farm grind simulator. Oh, got to do my Mythic Plus for this week. Let's go get it done. Like, there's actually fun, interesting things to go do here with your time. And I think everybody's going to really enjoy that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.